Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at FC Kerbeck Buick GMC in Palmyra, New Jersey to check out this brand new 2024 GMC Terrain. This is the SLE trim with front wheel drive. So we have the base Terrain in the Summit White jet black cloth interior. So let's check this thing out today, see what kind of value this base trim Terrain is bringing to the market in 2024. And I'd also like to thank a subscriber of the channel, Chris, for letting the channel film his new car. So let's dig in. Starting with the front end of this Terrain SLE, the Summit White looking good with the chrome around the grille and the flat black on the grille. I do like those accents. Since this is a GMC, we're a little bit higher up in the General Motors food chain from Chevy, so I think it looks good. Now we have LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, standard bulbs for turn signals, functionality in the grille top and bottom. As we come around, I'll give you a shot of the headlight housing. I do like how they have those stacked in there. I think it looks really cool. And then it comes around to the side markers. Looks good. Now when we're taking a look at our wheel and tire setup on this Terrain, we're looking at a 17-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel. The GMC badge is on the center cap. Now these wheels are wrapped in Michelin Primacy all-season tires, 225 on the width, a meaty 65 series sidewall 17s, all four corners, front wheel drive. Moving on out to give you the full side profile, we do have the Summit White with the flat black over the wheel arches and down around the door sills. I think it looks good. As we move on in closer, we are color matched on the side view mirror, but no turn signals here on the SLE on the side view mirrors. Down below, you have the Terrain badge on the front door looking good. Color matched on the front and the rear door handle, a left side fuel filler cap. Up top, we have a roof spoiler coming off the top, color matched roof shark fin antenna, and flat black on our roof rails, no sunroof. Rear end of the Terrain, again, the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper down below on the glass. We do have full LED lighting in the back, tail lights and turn signals. GMC right in the middle, Terrain on the bottom left of the tailgate, and then we have flat black down the bottom of the bumper area, and our exhaust is tucked up underneath. Right, we're under the hood of this 24 Terrain SLE. What do we have for a power plant? We have a 1.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, 175 horsepower, 203 pound-feet of torque. MPGs 24 in the city, 29 on the highway, 26 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87. So you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, before we get into the interior of this Terrain SLE, you're going to want to know, Mike, you're saying this is the base trim front wheel drive. How much is this baby? Well, base trim for the 24 Terrain SLE front wheel drive is $28,700. This vehicle has come equipped with one option, which is the driver confidence package for an additional $1,375. That gets you a remote start, the roof rack, side rails, front driver and front passenger heated seats, air conditioning, dual zone, automatic climate control, 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. We then have to add in destination and delivery of $1,395 from GMC's San Luis Potosi, Mexico assembly plant. We have a total vehicle price from the factory of $31,470. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We have the carpeted floor mats in the vehicle. We do have a plastic GMC door sill plate to welcome you to the vehicle. Power seats with lumbar for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, and then the jet black cloth with the light gray cross stitch, kind of a different insert design pattern in the seat. Looks pretty good though for your base seating, I would say. Passenger door panel, we have soft touch up top, and then we have some open pore wood trim around your chrome door handle. Now that's not real wood, it is plastic, but it is a wood design on it. So that's how they get away with that, not being real wood. But it does lift up the door panel a bit, make it look a bit fancier. We're soft touch on the door armrest, and we have that light gray stitching as well. Down below, pretty good sized door pocket, and then your standard audio system. Up top on the dash, we have soft touch, more of the light gray stitching, more of this wood effect on the plastic trim, and then we have brushed aluminum into your heat and air vent. A nice area in here to slide a phone, and it's rubberized so things won't fall out or rattle around, which is nice. Then we have a nice large glove box. Now the SLE front wheel drive standard, it's going to come with the 7-inch infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, no built-in nav, so all the maps and nav will come through your phone. But there's your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have your OnStar services, set up your Wi-Fi hotspot if you would like. You can go into your audio, you can get your Sirius XM up and running, or your regular radio stations. Then you can Bluetooth your phone. Then you can go to your favorites or your recents, back to home. It is a, as you can see, touch screen, nice and easy. And again, it is pretty simple to use, no doubt about that. Now we're going to hit reverse. Nice large backup camera with trajectory, takes up the whole screen. So I do like that, even though it's a smaller screen. It works just fine, gives you whatever you may need, and it's integrated and not just stuck on, which I like. And we have 2 heat and air vents on either side. Down below, you got the hard controls. And for the infotainment system, you got your engine auto stop start on off, 4-way hazards. Down below, you got dual climate control that you can change just for one side, or you can sync them together. So they're both synced together. So I do like the dual climate in here. We have a push button for your 9-speed automatic transmission. So they got you covered there. And then down below, excuse the personal items, but again, this is a subscriber's car. We do have, you can see here, a USB-C, a USB-A, an aux jack, and a 12-volt. As we come down further, 2 cup holders right there. And then underneath that, we have our heated seats, 3 stages, and you can either heat just the seat back or the seat bottom and the seat back together. And that's the same for the driver and the front passenger. Here's your hill descent control, lane keep assist. Here we have 2 drive modes. We'll check that out when we go through the dash. And we have a semi-soft armrest. Open that up, more personal items, pardon me, and a nice area for storage down below, including some cash. Terrain key fob. Here we go. And I do like this key fob. We have lock, unlock, remote start, panic button. We have GMC on the back. Nice weight, nice and solid. I like the feel. Nicely done. GMC steering wheel. We have a nice soft touch steering wheel with nice 10 and 2 notches. We have some chrome and then the GMC badge on the horn button, looking good. And your push button start right over here. So they got you covered there. Round bottom wheel, but I have plenty of room to get in and out of this spacious passenger cabin here in this Terrain. And then we have adaptive cruise on the left. So I do like that. And then on the right, we have our telephone voice commands and the controls for the digital portion of your dash. So that's a good deal. And we do have a tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So GM has you covered there. We don't have paddles, but we do have on the stalks adaptive high beams. And then on the right side, front and rear wiper. And then down below over here, you can brighten dim the dash and adjust your headlights. That's your electric parking brake down there. And now up on our dash, there we go. Analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. And then our drive modes. Right now we're in normal. We slide over the gear and we go to snow. So we have snow mode and we do have normal mode. So those are the 2 drive modes that I can see in here. And if you want more information to come up, you can scroll through different information that you may want to see when you're going down the road. So it's really an easy menu to use. And I do like how it's laid out. Overhead console, there's a spot for your sunglasses right there. Oops. And then we have our SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. OnStar. Now, if you want your LED interior lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button right here stays off. And when you open the door, lighting comes on. Close the door. The lighting will dim out. There you go. Standard rear view mirror, sun visor with vanity and a light. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting in the back seat of this Terrain, I have the seat set for my driving position. In we go. Nice and easy to get in. Plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". Black cloth all the way down. No seat pocket behind the driver. but we do have one behind the front passenger. Then in the back, you got 2 heat and air vents, 2 USB-As for connectivity, rear door panels, same action, same use of materials as on the front door panel. So even on this base trim, GM isn't cutting costs on the back door panel, which I really do like quite a bit. All the same action, looks good. Back seats, same black cloth, light gray stitching. The insert design looks good, and base trim, and we have an armrest. Thank you, GMC. But it's fairly firm, but we got 2 cup holders. So I do like how they have this set up in this base SLE. I think they did a nice job here in the back row. Getting to the back of the Terrain, it is a manual tailgate. So you come to the back, and right above the rear bumper, there's a button you push and lift up. Nice and light. There are some personal items in here, so please excuse those. But once we have all seats up, we're looking at 29.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Terrain. As we move in closer, we have storage underneath here, and underneath that is the spare. I checked and it's there, so thank you, GM, for the spare. Over here on the side, we do have a 12 volt, so they got you covered there. We do have some cubbies as well and some tie downs, so they got you covered there. There's your first aid kit in place. And another thing I like about this base trim is we can drop our back row from here in the tailgate. So all we have to do is pull the button, down the seats go, pull the other lever, and the other seat goes down. And now with all seats down, 63.3 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Terrain SLE. Window sticker time, here we go. We got a reproduction of it, but here it is, 24 Terrain SLE. Standard equipment, left to right. There's that driver confidence package. Total vehicle MSRP, $31,470. Fuel economy estimates. Safety ratings, made by GM in Mexico. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're heading on down the road in this 24 Terrain SLE front wheel drive. So we got the base trim of the Terrain here in the Summit White, which I think is a really good color with the black interior, and on the exterior with the flat black accents. But it does bring some good value, and I've been impressed because we have your wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, you got USB-C, USB-A connectivity in here, dual climate, heated seats, you got USB connectivity for your rear seat passengers, and the one thing you always see car makers omit in the back seat on a base trim vehicle is the center armrest. And this has a center armrest with 2 cup holders, so I think GM did themselves a favor doing that. Plus you can drop the back row from the tailgate, which you can't do on every SUV from every brand. So they have put a lot of thought into what kind of value they could bring to the GMC Terrain customer at the base level of this SLE front wheel drive. Now you can get the SLE if you want to throw out a little bit more money in all-wheel drive as well. So you can do either one, but that's going to cost you between $1,500 and $2,000 more if you want the all-wheel drive. So if you're trying to keep costs down just because you don't want to spend the money on all-wheel drive, you don't think you need it, or you're on a budget and you want to make sure that you are inside whatever budget target you've set for yourself, then the front-wheel drive one here is available for you here in this Terrain. Now, driving characteristics is really well damped. These big 65 series sidewalls soak up all the bumps going down the road, so it's very comfortable. The suspension's well damped. We don't hear any creaks, we're not hearing any rattles, we don't have any chassis vibration coming in through the into the passenger cockpit, because if you did, you would have this vibration on your rump on your seat. And you see that in some Korean builds, some Kias, some Hyundais, but this one doesn't have that, so they got this chassis figured out, which I like. Now, the Terrain is on the same platform as the Chevy Equinox. Now, the Equinox is going to be less expensive. GMC is a little bit higher up in the GM food chain than Chevrolet is. So, in your base model, you may pay a little bit more than a base Equinox, but you're going to get more fit and finish, and you're going to get more amenities included in the trim price than you will with a Chevy Equinox. So it really all depends on how you want to approach that overall. All right, so now we're going to come down the road. We'll check out our brakes. Hands off the wheel. Nice straight line, no problem. Now we'll take off. Picks up and gets down the road, piece of cake, no problem at all. And once you let your foot off the gas, the driveline calms down. A little loud under load, but that's to be expected with a 4-cylinder engine. But the sound deadening in this is pretty good. The passenger cabin is not noisy. I would say I've been in noisier ones, there's no doubt in my mind. So this is a bit quieter than, let's say, a base Equinox would be. We got a little bit more sound deadening in here, as we should, because we are in a GMC and not a Chevrolet. But overall, feels good, steers good. Now the steering is light, but it is pretty direct. So you're not going to get feedback. It's an SUV. That's just the way they operate. But you're not going to get a lot of play in the wheel. So when you want to turn the vehicle, it's going to go where you point the wheel, without a doubt. And as you could hear, it's pretty quiet in here. And these roads aren't the greatest in the world, but it is pretty quiet. Now we'll try our turn here. It holds the line nicely. Doesn't wallow too badly, even though, as you can see, I'm riding behind somebody right now. But they have done a nice job with this terrain. Now, on the channel, we've seen the upper level terrains, right? We've seen the Denali, we've seen the AT4, which are a lot more expensive than what you would get here in this SLE. But we wanted to get the base trim on the channel just to show more options that you may have if you do like this vehicle, that you do have an option that brings you some pretty good value without busting the bank like a Terrain Denali would be at 44 grand. All right, so now we're going to check out the turning radius in this Terrain at 18.7 feet. So here we go. Nobody's coming, and around it goes, no problem. There goes my change. There goes my money, and down the road we go. So it does do a nice job in whipping right around in case you're in a tight spot. We'll do that again. Get back going the right way here. There we go. No problem at all. And the front wheel drive picks up and gets going. You're not spinning wheels. You're not losing power. And down the road we go. So let me know what you think about this 24 Terrain SLE front wheel drive. Is this the kind of action you want to be driving? Is this the kind of SUV you want to ride down the road in? Let me know in the comments. Or are you going to go with a different trim on the Terrain? Or are you going to go somewhere else with your hard-earned money? Put it in the comments and let me know. But I do want to thank the subscriber to our channel, Chris, for allowing the channel access to his brand new 2024 GMC Terrain SLE for review today. I'd also like to thank FC Kerbeck Buick GMC for allowing the channel to film this car there today. And also like to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.